Saludos, damas y caballeros, y este es Mike Martínez directamente desde Reino Unido para Lucha Libre Online. Por primera vez tengo a dos invitados juntos, pero tenían que hacerlo porque tienen historias de amor que contar. Y eso no es todo. También están conquistando a México y acaban de cumplir un año viviendo allá. Y quiero presentarlos. Mi nombre es Jesse Jackson y Travis Banks. How are you guys?
Good, thanks, man. How are you?
Good. Thank you. Thanks for the time. You guys basically moved to Mexico a year ago.
Yeah.
As a Latino, I know wrestling in Mexico is tradition. It's part of the daily life. How your journey took you guys to Mexico?
Do you want to go with that one?
How did our journey take us both to Mexico? Well, so obviously the pandemic hit in the UK. We're both living in the UK. I've been in the UK for 6 years. Obviously, she was born there.
Yeah.
Obviously the pandemic hit. A lot of the work dried up, among other things. And the next, I guess, logical step or the next natural step for my career was to come to Mexico and where the work was. And I'd only wrestled in Mexico one time before with the crash in Tijuana in 2019, and I loved it then. And you know, I've always been a massive fan of like traditional Lucha Libre and just the tradition of it and how much it inspires like the culture and like the pop culture of Mexico. You know, you see like El Santo's face on graffiti everywhere, or you see like Pagano's face, or like just, you know, you see it, like Lucha Libre's masks and stuff everywhere. And I just love how that affects the culture just through the means of Lucha Libre and professional wrestling.
Yeah. And for me as well, I would say, because like you said, it's such a part of daily life here. So training is just so widely available. Shows are so widely available. So for me, especially, it was such a good idea for me to come here because it meant that I could get probably 10 times as much training as I was getting in the UK, and a lot more work than I was getting in the UK. So for me, it was just like, it was a yes to come with you. There was no question in my mind. It was like, yeah, I'm coming with you. That's it.
All right. The $1 million question. Do you guys speak Spanish?
Un poquito.
That's enough. That's enough.
Sí.
All right. Let's go back to basics. Let's start with Jesse, then Travis. How the love for the wrestling started, and how do you start in the industry of wrestling?
So I was always a big fan of pro wrestling growing up. So, you know, it was, as a kid, it was my life. Me and my friend, we would just be crazy obsessed about it. And it was something that even as a kid, I felt like that's what I want to do when I'm older. And it stuck with me. I did all my studies. I went to university. I started a career, and it was still in the back of my head, like, I'm not happy until I give this a go. And so I found like local training schools to me, both when I was at uni and when I came back, and I just trained as much as I could and started working, and then met Travis, and then Mexico was really where my career properly took off. I could wrestle every weekend. For me, like going to Mexico is where I feel like my career started properly, you know. So yeah, that's kind of what happened. I was mainly training in the UK, a few shows here and there. COVID obviously slowed things down a lot for me. So here it's awesome. I feel like this past year has just kind of accelerated me more than it would have in the UK.
What about you, Travis?
Oh, well, this was 14 years ago. So no, that's when I started. But like, I think it's pretty much the similar story as Jesse. I think as most wrestlers, you know, you like it when you're a child. It consumed me when I was a child. I was all about it. And then I guess I never let it go. Like, it was always something in the back of my head, like Jess said. I started watching WCW. That was like the very first product that I really started watching. I love the luchadors. La Parka was like one of my favorites when I was watching it. My favorite wrestler, which is weird to say now, was Glacier. I don't know. I think because I like Mortal Kombat, and he's like Sub-Zero, so like I like that because I like video games. And that was just something I was drawn to, like the big characters. It was like comic book come to life and stuff like that. And then going forward through like high school and stuff in New Zealand, I didn't even know how to start professional wrestling. And I never thought I could do it. So, but I never thought I could do it because I was in New Zealand. But I always wanted to be prepared just in case that opportunity came around. So I took up drama. I did every sport that I could. I started weightlifting, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And then eventually I Googled just New Zealand professional wrestling. Yeah, I just put it into Google, and then it came up with a couple of schools. And then that was 2008, and then 2009 is when I started. So it was just to answer your question, it was just, I always loved it from a very young age, and I never wanted to stop pursuing it.
That's great. As you can see, me too. I have like so many collections. Like,
I love it.
I love the collection behind you.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I do have many more. I can show you after. Jesse, as you mentioned, your career started. Your career like did a boom in Mexico. You are a racing star. Your name is being heard everywhere in the country of Mexico. What's next for you?
Oh, I don't know really. I don't know what's around the corner. I think that's the exciting but also nerve-wracking thing of wrestling. You never know kind of what to expect, you know. I've got a lot of ambitions for myself. Honestly, what's next for me is just to keep working hard, keep training, keep getting my name out there, and then hopefully, you know, at some point in the future, a company's going to pick me up, and a company's going to, like a AAA or a WWE or something, is going to want to sign me in the future, because that's my ultimate goal. So it's just about working, getting experience, getting better, and then hopefully in the future something will come my way.
That's great. You're just basically enjoying the process. Travis, you basically have so many belts in every promotion you have been. Also, you have traveled the world working in promotions in your country, Australia, Progress, WWE, Mexico, Lucha Libre. What's next for you?
What's next for me? I think it's more of what you just said. I like to collect belts. I would love to be a national champion here in Mexico. What I would really like to do is collect masks, and I would like to take a few masks from a few superstars like Psycho Clown, some of the biggest stars, you know what I mean? That would be my goal here in Mexico. Because the thing is, like, I don't want to just come here and just be another guy on the scene. I want to be the guy on the scene, or the foreigner on the scene. You know what I mean? I take inspiration from guys like Art Bark, like Love Machine, where he was really like, well regarded as like a great rudo, big character and stuff like that. And that stuff excites me on the Mexican wrestling scene. And I want to kind of follow in those kind of footsteps and be that foreigner where people can either, love me or hate me or whatever you want me to do. But as long as you remember me,
that will be enough. Yeah, I have seen so many superstars, foreign superstars in Mexico. After that, they became Mexicans. Conan one, from Cuba and Puerto Rico. El Mesias will work in Puerto Rico. Everybody thinks he's Mexican, and many others. Vampiro is another one. People think he's Mexican. Taya, same thing, from Canada. He speaks Spanish. People love them so much. So I'm so happy for you guys. Let us tell us a little bit about what you guys are doing in Nacional. How you think about the concept. A little bit about the dynamic of working with the creative team like Alberto, El Patron, and Carlito.
Yeah, I think we're both really excited to be working for Nation. For me, it was a really last minute thing to get involved in. I kind of woke up on the day and was told to go down to filming. So I was like, right, okay, I'm going. But I was really grateful to be a part of it. It's really exciting for me. The matches that I had, the last set of filming, I was really happy with. I was really grateful for Alberto for putting me in the position that he did, because I wasn't even involved the day before. So for him to put me in in a good position on the show the next day, I'm so grateful for, and I hope that I can just keep pushing forward in Nation and create a big impact there. I hope, if I can be the top female of that company, that would mean a lot to me. It's a big weight to carry on my shoulder, but I feel like I can do it.
Yeah, great. Nation, because I think what it does, it provides the public with another outlet for for Lucha Libre in Mexico. You know, you got AAA, you got CMLL. It gives you another outlet for professional wrestling. And I think like in this world of content, like online and stuff like that, giving people more content to see and stuff like that is a great thing. And it's just more professional wrestling and more jobs for people. And stuff like that.
Highlights more wrestlers in Mexico that haven't had that exposure otherwise, you know. So I think it does a lot for the scene here in Mexico.
And for me personally as well, like being back on TV, you know, with the big, like coming out on the big stages with the big screens out like behind me and stuff like that. Like, you know, that's where I love to be and get in front of the camera and stuff like that. So for me personally, it was a nice, it was cool. It was a great experience. The crowd was great. I know in the past that maybe people haven't spoken so well of it, but for me personally and for Jess personally, we had a great experience. The crowd was awesome. All the matches like went off.
Yeah.
And I was just like, damn, this was actually really cool. We got home. I started at like 8 a.m. that morning. I didn't get home till like 12 at night that night. And I just laid in bed. I was like, damn, I'm so tired, but that was so worth it.
Yeah. Yeah. It's definitely really exciting for us both to be a part of.
Yeah.
That's great. Jesse, you just mentioned that you were not supposed to be there on the day before it happened. And Michael Morales, he texted me when he saw you wrestling and say, damn, this lady's gold. She's gold. So I want you to tell me from you guys how the opportunity happened to work with the Lucha Libre.
So what happened was a couple months before the tapings, Travis got a message by one of the owners to say, hey, can you be a part of Nation? And we were like, yeah, absolutely. And then the poster came out and Travis was on it and I wasn't. So I was like, oh, okay, I guess they just don't need me then. It's no problem. So Travis went down for filming that morning and I had a little lie-in, you know. And
She was still asleep.
I was still asleep. And as I just woke up, Travis called me and he said, a girl who was meant to be here for filming hasn't turned up. And they're, you know, going a bit crazy. They need another girl down here. I showed them your photo. I told them all about you. They're really excited. They said, can you get down here? And I was like, yeah, absolutely. I'll get down there as quick as I can. Obviously, I take a good amount of time to get ready, especially if it's for a wrestling show. So I was like, I'm going to need an hour to get ready. And it's an hour's journey away. So I was like, I'll get ready as quick as I can. I'll hopefully halve that time to get ready. But
I like how calm you like portrayed me in that story. I was like, get in now.
Get down here now. Do your makeup in the taxi.
Yeah.
So that's what I did. So yeah, I managed to get down there about half an hour before taping started. And and then Alberto just came up to me straight away. He was like, thank you so much for coming. Really appreciate it. Luckily, I wasn't in the first match that was going out. It gave me a bit of time to like compose myself, get myself ready, and then just went on for the other 3 girls matches that were filmed that day.
I think it's a case of one of those things in wrestling where it's like seizing an opportunity. Where it's like she wasn't that morning. She was just having a lie-in, you know, and I'm like, get here now, and she's like, you know, dropped everything. I was like trying. Because my gear had been ripped a little bit and things like that, like some of the studs had fallen out. So I was going crazy, like, oh my gosh, my gear's not even ready. I was thinking, how can I do this? So I was like putting studs back in my gear just before the taxi came and things like that. I was like, right, I've got to get myself down there. Nothing is stopping me, but it was a very stressful morning.
I can bet. Yeah. But from now on, look at you. Nación Lucha Libre really likes you. Love the job. This is the beginning of so many. Well, this is the question of the night.
Okay.
The story of love started between Jesse Jackson and Travis Banks.
I don't remember. No.
Okay, so do we go full detail?
No. No.
Do you want to know all the ins and outs? No. We met, so as I told you, I found a training school when I was at university, but I was moving home and I needed to find a training school close to home. So that training school was called Fight Club, and that's where Travis was one of the trainers at. So, yeah, I started training there. Everything was fine. I don't think I really spoke to you that much. It was just
I don't think I even saw you that much because I was on. At the time, I was with WWE, and I was like away on a lot of tours, so like I only saw it very rarely at first.
And then after one show, we just kind of started talking, and things just felt really natural. And then we met up for coffee for one day, and then things just kind of snowballed from there.
And what was I think what was important about our relationship at the start was our goals lined up with each other. Mm-hmm. We both had the same dream, same sort of like path and career. So it was a natural sort of fit.
Yeah.
Awesome. Before we go, can you both tell to the fans where they can find you on social medias? Instagram, Facebook.
Yeah. So, I'll go first because I think I've got less than you. But for me, I am on Instagram, and it's Jess Jackson with an extra N and then an X and an O. And then my Facebook is just Jesse Jackson Pro Wrestler.
Yeah, my Instagram is Travis_Banks13. Wait, is that right? Yeah, Travis_Banks13. That's my Instagram. I got TikTok. I think it's just at Kiwi Buzzsaw, where I put up all my cool clips and silly moments. And then I've got Facebook as well. It's just Travis Banks Professional Wrestler. I think that's what it's called. Yeah. I don't have Twitter. Don't even look for me there.
That's amazing. Once again, thanks you guys for the time. Me personally wish you all the best, and I know my family from Lucha Online feel the same. One last message to all the fans from Travis Banks and Jesse Jackson and Lucha Libre Online.
Yeah, thanks so much for all the support. We've been here a year in Mexico, and we can't say enough. It's been so much love, so much support.
Yeah.
It's really nice to see that the Mexican people are taking to us so well.
And we're really committed to being here in Mexico, and being around all of these amazing, wonderful people, and so we're just so grateful for every single opportunity, every little bit of support, including from yourselves. We're just really thankful for it all.
Thank you so much. All right, so this is Michael Martinez, Jesse Jackson, Travis Banks, and Lucha Libre Online. See you guys later.
Thanks, man. Bye.